Hello, everybody. For today's assignment, you have a reading assignment on your Canvas page called America from Washington. I think on your page it says from Washington to Adams. It's supposed to be Washington to Madison. When you click on the link, it says the right thing. And so for today's assignment, you just have to do the portion on Washington. And what you're going to do is for these bold words, you're going to come up with synonyms or similar short phrases in your own words. If I were you, I'd do a little text box here between the lines or over to the sides maybe or something. And as you read through, you're just going to, annotate those synonyms for me. And so when you're done with that, you'll go ahead and submit this to today's page to your assignment for today. And so I'm going to go ahead and read through this so that if you are somebody who prefers to have the assignment read to you, you have that accessible to you. And so we'll start now. The story of the United States development involves many people and shifting forces. After the American Revolution in the late 18th century, the young nation had to navigate turbulent international events and balance the wishes of American citizens who had varying opinions. So at this point, you would write your synonym for turbulent and your synonym for varying opinions. The first four presidents of the United States, George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison, all contributed to the trajectory of the nation. So you now write your synonym for trajectory. Examining each president's term in office, we can look at the unique problems each faced, what each was able to change, and how America changed around each of them. America's first president was George Washington, who served in office from 1789 until 1797. A farmer turned general turned president, Washington was influential in most major events leading up to the formation of the United States. After the Revolutionary War, the brand new United States encompassed the territory of the 13 British colonies. These colonies became states, and the new nation followed much of the same boundaries established by the original colonial charter, with the addition of the land ceded by the British at the end of the Revolutionary War, which effectively doubled the size of the country, bordered on the north by Canada, on the south by Spanish Florida, and on the west by the Mississippi River, and on the east by the Atlantic Ocean. And so in that paragraph, you should have written your synonyms for encompassed, as well as ceded, the land ceded by the British. Washington's first major presidential decision regarding foreign policy was to decide how America would respond to the war that broke out between France and England soon after the French Revolution. Members of the Washington's cabinet were split, with some supporting each of the European nations. Many felt obligated to help France as repayment for their aid to the young nation during the American Revolution. These same people also still held anger for Britain. Others were still loyal to Britain, though, and they thought it would be a sign of good faith to side with England. Washington chose to remain neutral as he felt the U.S. was too vulnerable at the moment to engage in a war. And so for this paragraph, you should write your synonyms for obligated as well as vulnerable. Nationally, Washington gave much thought to the emerging political culture. He was wary of the emergence of the two-party system that has dominated the U.S. politics ever since. He feared that blind allegiance to one single party or geographic region would make political arguments too extreme and hyperbolic, stifling compromise and debate. Retiring after his second term, Washington warned against Americans becoming too entrenched in parties, and he stuck by his foreign policy of remaining as neutral as possible and avoiding long-term treaties and alliances. So for that paragraph, you should write your synonyms for wary and hyperbolic. And that is all the section that you need to do for today. Tomorrow we'll do John Adams, and so we'll go all the way through Adams down to where we start Thomas Jefferson, and we'll get to that on Wednesday. So make sure that you get all of your synonyms filled in, and then get that submitted to your assignment for today. That will also act as your attendance for today. There's no exit ticket quiz. It's just the assignment itself.